What does Nintendo's next-gen console look like? As the Switch is rapidly approaching its 4th birthday, and with the big boys dropping their new consoles in only a few weeks' time, speculation is increasing as to what Nintendo's next move is going to be, with some analysts recently suggesting the Switch could adopt the iterative iPhone model. Greetings everyone, Phil here from Nintendo Village, thanks for joining us. In this video, I'm going to explain why I think those analysts are completely wrong, and why, although the Switch may be with us for a little bit longer than the traditional console lifecycle, in a few years' time we will be saying goodbye to it. Thanks for tuning in, I hope you enjoy the video. If you do, don't forget to like and subscribe, and thanks for returning if you're already subbed. Without further ado, let's get into it. Bloomberg reported last week that some analysts are predicting Nintendo are poised to break free of the traditional console lifecycle, instead turning the all-conquering Switch into a platform that simply evolves over time and retains its user base. Toan Tran, an investment advisor, notes how, with every console generation, the install base resets to zero, and Nintendo's earnings power essentially resets to zero. By switching to an iPhone-style iterative approach to their hardware, Tran says they can continuously have an install base of say 100 million consoles out there that just moves along over time. This sentiment is echoed by another analyst, Ryan O'Connor, who is apparently convinced that the Switch will be a perpetual platform. I mean, I understand where this thinking is coming from. Nintendo have carved out a pretty tidy niche. They're no longer competing directly with Sony and Microsoft, and they've got the handheld market pretty much entirely to themselves. And given the success of the Switch, like any tech firm, you would think that they would want to continue building on that momentum. But that's the thing. Nintendo aren't a tech firm. I think this is the trap these investment analysts and other commentators fall into. They look at Nintendo in the same way they look at Sony or Microsoft or Apple, and expect them to behave in similar ways. But although Nintendo make video games, that's pretty much where the similarity with their competitors ends. Because before they got into the princess rescuing, Triforce hunting, bounty hunter business, they were a toy company. They made all sorts of cool toys, including some like Wild Gunman, Duck Hunt and Mac Rider that would eventually find their way onto the NES in video game form. And the truth is, that toy company DNA has never left the company. From Rob the Robot and the Power Glove, all the way through to Labo and now Mario Kart Live, Nintendo still have that crazy toy maker streak in them. Each product they release is based on their ethos of creating new, fun ways for people to enjoy themselves. You need look no further than their recent investors briefing for proof. They described their philosophy, their DNA, their goal, as to continue to deliver Nintendo's unique, intuitive play for all. That certainly sounds more like a toy company than some cold tech firm to me. And it's that innovation and drive to try new things and create unique experiences that has propelled the industry forward since Nintendo first dipped their toes in it some 40 odd years ago. Sure, not every innovation and new idea has turned out to be a winner, but they chalk up just as many wins as they do losses, and they tend to win much bigger than they lose too. That desire to create new experiences and to release unique products has served Nintendo incredibly well, and it's unlikely they're going to deviate from that anytime soon. Don't get me wrong, I'm well aware of comments from President Shuntaro Furukawa that the Switch is only about halfway through its life cycle, and that they can see the Switch extending beyond the usual 4 to 5 years that you get in any console generation. And I also think it's a given that we're going to be getting a Switch Pro sometime soon. I'll leave a link to the video exploring all my research down in the description. But that investors briefing again made it pretty clear to me that whenever that next system does come, it will be something new. The next gaming system that will succeed the Switch. And this is because Nintendo thinks it has a different way to keep that user base engaged. Rather than having a single platform that iterates on itself, Nintendo's plan for the future includes expanding the amount of people who interact with their IP. Whether that's through merchandise, theme parks, partnerships, or movies, Nintendo don't want people attached to their Switch. They want people to become attached to the characters. The Switch is merely the latest fun way for people to interact with that IP. And whatever comes next will be a new and exciting way to play with Mario, Link, and all the other characters that we love. Plus, it is again their stated goal to foster long-term relationships through Nintendo account across hardware generations, not through the hardware itself. Nintendo don't do what people expect them to do. That's what makes them such a frustrating and exciting company to be a fan of. Now, does it make sense for Nintendo to keep iterating on the Switch? Sure. Will they make a success of it? Quite probably. Do they actually have it in them to do that? Not a chance if you ask me. So there you go, that's what I think, but what path do you think Nintendo are going to take in future? Let me know down in the comments and let me know if you enjoyed this video. If you did, we've got tons of other cool stuff here on the channel for you to enjoy, and we have new uploads going up every week, so make sure you subscribe so you don't miss out. Don't forget to check out thenintendovillage.com for more Nintendo news, reviews, features, podcasts, and all that cool stuff. Thank you very much for watching. I'll catch you all next time.